So my name is Dirk van Apeldoorn. I'm a research lecturer at Wageningen University and Research. And my main drive is changing Dutch industrial agriculture to a more diverse and sustainable or regenerative agriculture where farming is a source of joy and health rather than what is now a source of problems. So what I found most important is to be credible to farmers, and that is showing by example. Showing it's possible by personal showing different behavior, so that it's possible to have a different diet, to live differently than we all do at the moment, but also just in practice on the farm, having a field that is differently arranged and suddenly all kinds of new things pop up. And to my surprise, it's actually that's motivating farmers most, that they suddenly get joy in farming again because something is happening. They are asked for their skills at a green thumb, and that makes it so motivating for me to work with them. I mean, these people are really skillful and they are suddenly in demand again, rather than just sitting behind the tractor and where technology was in charge rather than their skills.
I think it will be very interesting to hear more about this. What's the difference between what has been done in the last 50, 100 years and what you are suggesting now?
Yeah.
It will be important to do.
Yeah, and so in the last 60 years in the Green Revolution, technology was in charge rather than ecology. So as agricultural scientists, we thought that we could control nature and completely tell a plant how to grow, and if we give enough fertilizers and pesticides, we know exactly how a plant grows. But we didn't realize that that comes at a cost. It's not as efficient as nature would do that. And now we see all the negative side effects of that. All the externalities that our whole landscape is just drenched with pesticides, and we see that insects are crashing. Her whole body is full with residues of pesticides that we think should be safe if you look at it separately, but it's the whole system. We're killing ourselves. And also the joy of farming has just left. We are just producing for the global market, which doesn't pay you for quality. The quality that we currently produce is the highest we ever did. But it's worthless because everybody is doing it. It's only possible with so much pesticides in what we use in the technology. So what we saw is that technology was driving how the farm is organized. 60 years ago, a farmer had 20 crops and did all the machinery by himself. He could manage all that and had all different kinds of channels to sell it. What we see now is that a farm has 2 to 4 crops, and most of the work is done by a contractor, which has a very big machine, which is only coming if you have a huge area of one crop. So you see an increase in specialization. And this specialization, you might think, okay, that's smart because that is very efficient. But everybody is now producing the same thing. So of the melons, 55% is grassland of agricultural area. And of this 55%, about 95% is one single species, that is perennial ryegrass. And if you think that in a normal 1 hectare field you would expect 100 different species, you can actually, it looks green if you go outside, but it's a green desert. No other functions are happening there. So to show that to farmers, actually, that we didn't realize that by just making fields bigger and having less crops and less plant diversity in there, that nature cannot function anymore and that the farmer has to do more with all the negative side effects.